many people.
Ooh.
I'm high. Or am I? Asa's definitely high. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pothead Podcast. Shut up, Colt. What was that face? Colt. Cassie, you must be partaking. Surely. It's legal in your country. Surely.
Never did it. Don't care. I don't know. I don't need it yet. Maybe when I start, maybe when I get all the joint pain and stuff, later into my 30s, it's like, screw it, why not? But until then, I'm still,
Yeah, you'll need it. You need it soon. I want to be there when you first hit.
That's gonna be interesting because I'm already pretty lazy as it is. And imagine how I'd conduct myself getting, doing smoking weed and shit. Like, holy fuck.
Oh man, it makes everything better. I hear. What do I know, Asa? What do I know? Asa, you fucking fiend. You know everything about it, don't you?
Not from my little village, no, Gaz. Very quiet, very sleepy here. Not a single dealer for miles around.
That's so true, bro, because there's barely any electricity where you are. You live in Mordor,
about got the
man.
internet. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
I know a person who will travel. Shout out to everyone in the chat. 130 of you already in here. What's up? And everyone on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Google, whatever it's called. Thank you for joining us. An episode, God knows what, because we never counted the episodes. Asa, we really should actually, because everyone makes a big deal about their milestones when they hit episode 200, episode 300. We might have hit some of these milestones, but because we're so useless, we don't even.
We've definitely hit loads of those milestones because that's how numbers work. There's no way that we've managed to skip them all. But yeah, you're right. We didn't count.
Fucking stoners, man. Jesus.
This is one of the reasons why you shouldn't do it. Yeah. Let me look at my playlist. How many? 172, Asa. Not counting the ones we deleted because of public safety. 172. Oh, no. Right, it's been an interesting journey. Absolutely. Shout out to everyone in the chat. I see you. Crispy Bomb Gear sucks. Shut the f. Pete, thank you for liking my jumper. I'm just literally sat down after a long day out. I went to the Natural History Museum where the PlayStation's going to be.
Yeah.
Brother,
That was not what was previously what. Why does this happen? I don't save my presets and then it gets reset. Apologies. Hindsight with Hustle with the $2 super chat. What's up? Great to see you, Cassie. See to you, Cassie. What? Excuse me?
Hey, yo.
Yo, Cassie's pregnant with freaking hindsight's baby. But it's something you want to tell us,
Make
Cassie?
cute kids, just saying.
Oh, shout out Hoggeat. Good to see you, man. Blake Carter, what's up? Blake, you ready for Sekiro tomorrow? Yeah. Dank Nate, happy 420 to you, and a happy 420 to all of us. I really wish I was stoned right now. Need a jelly. Not that I condone it at the same time. Welcome to GameOnDaily. Go live. The gaming show where we talk absolute bollocks, as you've just figured out. It's been an interesting week. Cassie, this is your third appearance on Go Live?
Holy shit. It's kind of hard to count.
Yeah, we've been on multiple different shows together as well.
We have, yeah.
Oh, shit.
But, hey,
Cassie, tell the people. If they haven't... people know who you are, but just tell them anyway.
Yeah, Cult Classic Cage, a.k.a. Cassie Cage, a.k.a. the self-proclaimed queen of the tomboys. I do YouTube stuff, talk shit, have fun. I'm bringing the authentic feeling of gaming back, with just a little bit of the toxicity in it. Not too much, just enough to where it's like it's authentic. And we have the real authentic conversations. So if you're into that, you can definitely hang out with me, man. It's always fun. And
Absolutely.
Always some interesting stuff going on in the gaming space, and interesting games to look forward to.
And you have very interesting coverage of the gaming space on your channel as well.
Gotta
Not
keep it unique.
one to shy away from. You don't hold back. That's why we love you. Because you say what needs to be said or what you feel needs to be said.
Absolutely, 100%, man. That's what it's all about.
That's exactly what it's all about. We have a great show for you today, everyone. I'm eager to pick your brains on a lot of these topics. Before we do, we talk about video games and what we've been playing. Asa, what have you been up to, bro?
I don't know. You caught me off guard. I didn't know we were going to talk about games today. I've played loads of stuff. Harold Halibut I've played. Dragon's Dogma, Final Fantasy 7 and 14. Chivalry, Among Us, loads of stuff. Games all over the place.
Chivalry.
Okay.
Damn.
Chivalry's funny.
Like the village
Chivalry's
bike.
funny and chaotic. So done that
You
on a
talking about
couple of
Chivalry
Sundays
too?
now. Yeah.
That's my bag too. I've been playing that too. I love that game. I love the
I'm terrible at
dismemberment.
it.
I love the blood, the gore. Oh man, I feel as though being more patient is the most helpful thing in that game. Being super aggressive, it tends to end poorly. So I love
I'm
it.
neither.
And what,
I wouldn't say I'm
Chivalry?
aggressive.
Okay.
I would say I'm
Chivalry
more
too,
like
yeah.
I'm just a target, moving target. You're the one spinning around on the battlefield, chopping my legs. I know.
You play that in
Nonetheless,
VR?
that would be wild. Wow.
That would be wild. That'd just be like, that'd be pretty.
For me, I have to play that
Harrowing.
in third person though. That's what makes it work for me. Some
Third
people play in
person,
first.
really?
Yeah. I enjoy it in third person. I want to see everything. I want to see everyone's heads get chopped off. As many heads as possible. I want to witness every single one. So,
Including your own.
yes, obviously.
This is a game that's right up my alley, but it's one of those like, what was that other like a Ubisoft game that's like melee
For Honor.
For Honor. Yeah. I feel like so much time has passed since the game's released. I'm just gonna get shat on if I play Chivalry. I mean, it's a quite simple game though, no? It hasn't got all these like advanced move sets, so the gameplay mechanics are simple.
It's very easy to get into. It definitely has a learning curve to be good at, but you could pick up, like, I like the fact that there's a lot of different ways to just slice and dice, baby. Like, stuff like that. If you want to
Yeah.
do, you want to be in bow and arrow, like, person, I can't engage in that, but yeah, like, they give you options. It's really fun. The aesthetic, the war, it's basically medieval Battlefield, man. If you're into that, and you can get into it. It's one of those things where you put those mental hurdles in front of you. Just do it, and then you will want to be there, because it's like, okay, I'm kind of a little bit trash here, but I love that there's blood everywhere. I love that there's chaos everywhere. I'm here for it. And then you just put the time in, and you start to see yourself like winning, altercations and all that. It takes time, but it's worth getting into, man. It's so much fun.
Definitely. Blake Carter says, might give it a go. It's the nice thing about Game Pass. It's on Game Pass?
No, he's still
Believe
having a separate
so.
conversation with Blake. I think it is on Game Pass. Chivalry's on there, but he was
At
talking
one
to
point.
Harold Halibut as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
How is that? Because that game we were talking about last week and how incredible looking from a design standpoint. What is the gameplay actually like?
Well, there's not really gameplay in it. It's not much of a game.
No.
It's interesting. Like it's really, really dry, very British kind of sense of humor that starts off really poorly.
Yours.
But in terms of being a game, no. Well, I find it dry. Right, so really dry.
So Teresa's May.
But there's
Very
not
similar.
much of there's not much of a game
know what I
to
was
it. There's
gonna
lots of
say.
like, I know exactly what you were going to say, running from conversation to conversation, trying to navigate like its dollhouse perspective through doors that you can't see, just to initiate the next conversation. And it's quite intriguing, its little story, but the pacing is you have to be in the mood for it, I'll say that.
Feels like a game that you could play when you're high.
No.
No? Oh,
You get nothing done. You get nowhere.
yeah. Right, it's like that game Scorn. If you play that game and you're danked, that game is something else. Any game you play, Dank, is pretty.
I mean, I've never been high before, but I'd imagine if you were high playing Scorned, you would just feel like there's just balls in your face all the time.
What kind of balls have you been subjected to? That is some weird ass balls, bro.
That game looks sus as hell, bro.
It looks sus, but not for the reasons you're saying. Fleshy bits, maybe, but ball, jeez. Oh, demonetized. I need to see some Scorned gameplay, because now you're talking about some weird shit. It does feel like. Have you seen? You're too young for this. Do you remember Tool, the band? Oh, Cassie, listen to me, yeah. I reckon you'd love Tool.
Huh?
Very. I don't know, actually. What is your musical taste like? What kind of music do you like?
You'd be surprised. Normally, so basically, I'll play Shiv 2, and hacking and slashing and blood and gore, beheadings and all that. At the same time, I'm usually listening to stuff like Dionne Warwick or Diana Ross and the Supremes. Yeah, it's kind of straight. Or ABBA. Yes, it's like this light, cutesy pop like sounds while going on murderous rampages. That's typically how I conduct myself. So.
I like that. Slightly different, That's fine. Tool is like this weird band, but they're kind of like, they're very different. But their music videos are freaking crazy and really unsettling. And like that's Scorn, the game. It reminds me of Tool, the band, and their music videos. I need to get back on Scorn. It's not that big game, but it's really good. But episode 13 knows. Episode 13 knows. The last album, Fear Inoculum, is an amazing album. Blake, I'm going to check it out. Shit. Crispy Bomb is blatantly high in the chat, by the way. He is fully lasered. You lucky Americans, I swear. So what about you, Cage? What have you been playing?
I've actually been playing Shiv 2. I started playing Fallout 76, which was a game that I dumped on for many years.
Like a lot of people.
Yes, when that game was first announced, actually it was leaked first from what I recall. I was immediately dumping on that game, and I was like, anybody who thinks that, and mind you, I had the absolute worst experience with Fallout 4, the worst probably out of anyone else, sadly. And I was like, if you think that Bethesda is going to be capable of making a online Fallout game and it not being a hot steaming pile of shit, I have an entire bridge. I have a whole other universe to sell you. So please, let's connect. I was like one of those. Now, after all these years and after, basically better hardware to deal with Bethesda's failure, it's one of those games where it's like, it's like $8. I hear it's better now than when it first launched. They added things that should have been there in the first place, obviously. Why not give it a shot? And I'm like, so far it's okay. It's not anything necessarily to write home about, but I'm still kind of early on. I made my character. I made him a very post-apocalyptic looking James Dean, if you know who the actor is. So he's kind of a little bit rugged. He's trying to get through this world, and we'll see where it happens. I'm pretty sure he's probably going to die. And amen.
So, is the reason why you're playing the game because of, well, the obvious?
The show? It's one of those things where it's like, I did watch the show, I completed the show, and it's also that the game was on a massive sale, so I'm like, why not? A little bit in the Fallout mood, and I'm actually kind of waiting for Fallout 4 to get like that next-gen update, so maybe it irons out some of the issues that I had when I played it back in the day, and to see, maybe if I had a clean playthrough of that game where didn't run into entire main quest lines glitching out and save glitches that ruined my experience, and just ending up going full evil in the game because I was so mad at how the game treated me overall. Maybe if I had a clean playthrough of it, I might not hate Fallout 4 as much as I do.
Are you blaming the game's issues for the reason why you had an evil playthrough?
Yes. So basically,
you took out the game's problems on the game's NPCs, is what you just saying.
Yes. Essentially, my intention from Jump Street was to go with the Brotherhood of Steel and to go through their quest line. And when I came across the beginning of their quest line, it glitched out before I could even start the quest line. So
Welcome to
I was like,
Bethesda.
my entire journey that I had planned essentially destroyed from the very beginning of the quest line itself. Couldn't even start it. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna side with the synths and go full evil, and just that's how I decided to go about it all. So
You say you side with the simps?
synths, but yeah, sometimes I
Simps,
mistake.
okay.
Yeah.
I was just like, wait, is that a faction I don't know about?
Well, could be.
Fallout has it's just crazy. Asa, we made fun of Microsoft, the TV focus. We make fun of game devs or game companies for focusing on TV. Seems like sacrilege to take it away from our beloved hobby, but it seems to be quite clear that when done well, the impact on the games themselves is tremendous. Like, it was transformative for Cyberpunk. It's actually been transformative for Fallout, which has seen more players now, Fallout 76, than it's ever had, ever, as a result of the TV show. So I guess this is a future of, like, this is a huge, like, this is sending signals that happened to The Last of Us as well. Halo was met quite well, but that didn't make any difference to Halo's fate as in terms of player numbers. I wonder why. But this one is known for being faithful to the story in the series. So is that it? The magic touch? Are we going to see more of this?
We're definitely going to see more of it. Both companies have been investing in being able to bring these things, and Nintendo as well. Like, all of them know the value of spreading their IP across to other mediums and bringing people back and forth and all the rest of it and making all of their money. The key to this one doing better than Halo and everything is the ones that have done well have all had quality backing them up. Like, Cyberpunk had a rough launch.
No.
By the time the series came out, it had that quality going with it. The Last of Us, like, say what you will about it, it's got quality in both the series and the thing. I haven't seen Fallout yet, and I've not been drawn to go and play Fallout because the VR version is not where I want it to be. I don't want to play it in any other way. Fallout 76, there was a little like marketing that went around. Yeah, of course I'm going to play it in VR. But there was a little marketing thing that went around for Fallout 76. And it was one of those ones where I look at the marketing and go, hell no, am I even going to download that? Because it said you can get, for a perk of Xbox Live, whatever it is, Game Pass Ultimate, as a perk, you can get this little pack of Vault 33 goodies. And one of them was like a consumable, you can carry more weight potion or something. Like, what am I going to do when I've drunk the 3 of those? You want me to keep buying consumables to be able to move around the world? No, fuck you. So Fallout 76 can do what I'm not into that monetization. They can keep that where it is, and I'll stick with Fallout 4, probably VR.
Oh shit. Well, yeah. I started Fallout 4 when a ways in, and I really enjoyed it, and then Starfield came out. I was a bit late to Fallout 4. Fallout 3, my save bugged, similar to what you had, Cassie, and then I was just like, fuck it, I'm stuck, so I never went forward on that. But Fallout 76, so many people I know of that are playing. My little brother, he's jumped off Elder Scrolls Online to play Fallout 76, and everyone's doing it. My friend Ben, everyone's doing it now, and it's just crazy, like the power of television shows to really like pull new players into this world. And it's across the board from Fallout 4 to the gas version of the game, so it's very interesting. Quite sad though, isn't it, that a Halo TV series couldn't make any dent whatsoever into the player numbers. I wonder why. Maybe stick to the canon. I enjoyed the series, by the way. I just imagine it's Halo, but not really Halo, and I enjoy it. But what you could have done, 343, we'll see. It's quite interesting. Fallout, well done for Fallout. This week we had some weird news. Little Big Planet 3. It's shutting its servers down indefinitely. Do you care about this, Cage? Does anyone even play this anymore?
Nah. Unfortunately, I was telling you guys backstage, I had a really terrible experience out the gate with Little Big Planet 3 because it came out broken as hell. And it's one of those things where I wanted to be hyped for it, but unfortunately, they didn't give me that opportunity to. So a lot of other things had come out at the same time, like Far Cry 4, GTA Remastered. So it was kind of easy to say, well, I'll go back to this later, and then not go back to this later. So I'm surprised it actually stayed around as long as it did, to be honest with you. But
Yeah,
that was the fall. I mean, that was the Little Big Planet that wasn't made by Media Molecule, because Media Molecule was doing that other, Dreams or whatever.
oh yeah, they've not had a good time. Media Molecule. I think it was like, I feel like, I know Media Molecule didn't make 3, but like, you feel like their skills could have been used better. They'd be better utilized. Dreams was a good project. It was very, very impressive what they created, but I think myriad of different things, like not supporting it on PC, which is a platform that may have seen some utility on. I think in many ways, Dreams. I'm sorry about talking about Dreams, but Dreams seem to be ahead of its time. Like, you look at things like Roblox and what Fortnite's doing. I feel like Dreams was actually ahead of a lot of different things. Remember Project Spark? That was shit.
Yes. Project Spark was amazing. Like, Dreams is amazing. You're right, they're well ahead of their time in that with a bit more support, one of those companies might be sitting on a gold mine right now in the way that Roblox is a gold mine. Because if you do give people tools and you can get that initial bit of traction, it can blow up into something incredible. But I say incredible, like, I don't think Roblox is incredible, but financially it's incredible, right? So you can build these things, but it takes a certain degree of luck to get there in the first place, and a certain degree of commitment to keep it going while it is small. It's like Little Big Planet 3, like you say, it launched badly, it wasn't well received, but it has a lot of years of user created content, and it sucks to see. I didn't make anything on it, so I'm all right, but typically with these projects, people put in, imagine when they shut down Dreams, you see these projects that people have made that they've put like hundreds of hours into, to just see company go, no, turn the plug off. Like, there's no way for you to retrieve that and keep it even for yourself. That sucks ass. But
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Honestly, I think Media Molecule just should have stayed with Little Big Planet and just expanded on what Little Big Planet can do, to the point where you could make a game that doesn't even look like Little Big Planet in Little Big Planet, because they already had the template. That was their go-to. Dreams just took forever for them to develop, and they didn't even port it to, a platform that definitely could have took it to the next level. So that's kind of the unfortunate reality.
I'm surprised they'd even tried. Right just before shutting the whole thing down and letting the team go, how much hard work was it to really just get the tools out there? Just give it to everyone instead of shuttering everything down. I don't know. I don't get how this shit works, but well, that's Media Molecule. Hopefully they'll do something worthy of note in the future. It definitely feels like Little Big Planet. Sackboy was definitely a good mascot. It was like quite prevalent. Was it PlayStation All Stars or something? Felt like that was quite a prevalent one, and you can see a lot to be done with Sackboy. But yeah, that's another one of those. I mean, it was a last gen game, so, and if the numbers I can imagine aren't going to be very high, so you are going to shut them down. But yeah, what do you know? The last Ronin isn't doing so well, apparently. Koei Tecmo has revised its forecast of Rise of the Ronin on the basis of its poor. Its forecast was much higher. So, in a notice of revision of earnings forecasts for the fiscal year of March 31st, Koei Tecmo has revealed that it's planned to revise sales projections for the year. As a result of underperforming initial sales, they dropped it by 11%, and operating income by 28%. Software sales are missing the intended target by the equivalent of $70 million, which is not nice. Obviously, the game critically wasn't met well, but they released it alongside Dragon's Dogma 2, so I'm pretty sure it would have done better. If they release it now, for instance, well, we got Stellar Blade coming, so maybe that could have kind of eclipsed it, but if they released it last week or something, I reckon it would have done way better, but it just got eclipsed. It's such a busy year. Well, I don't understand why you can't. I don't know. Well, what do you think? Like, is that it? Will they go to Xbox now?
I don't know. It's like, that game is just interesting because it's like, it's one that I would have probably bought on a sale if it came to PC anyway. You know what I mean? It's definitely not one that I'm gonna be like, oh, time to go dust off my PS5 to play. Now, Stellar Blade, on the other hand, different story. I went and dusted off to go play the demo. You know, while I like ninja games, that's something that's, samurai games. That's something that I'm kind of, I dig. But that one just didn't have like the shine to it. It didn't have that look that was like, oh man, I need to go on a platform that I don't like to play on to play this game. That just didn't exist. And it's one of those where there's a lot of long-winded games that are launching now. Not disrespect to them, but like games that you're gonna play for more than a week. Like there's tons of them that have been releasing over the past few months. So it's like releasing it now. I don't even think if you released it last week it would have did so hot. It's just there's so many games that require such insane levels of time investment that are releasing week after week after week. It's nice to see Stellar Blade, a game that I'm sure is not going to be more than 15 hours, come out, and it's like, oh, it's going to be one of those experiences that's going to be like Bombshell for like a small moment, and I'm going to play it, I'm going to beat it, and then I can move on to something else, hopefully having had a great experience that isn't prolonged and extra. Like there's just too many of those games that are just too crazy long periods of time to play through.
I'm with you. Like, I hope Stellar Blade is a short game. I hope Stellar Blade is not a long one. Because like you, Asa, I don't have time to play. Like even Dragon's Dogma 2, great game, but if you boot that up and play it, you have to kind of carve out at least an hour, I would say, or two. You can't just jump in and play that game. So yeah, Stellar Blade this week.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I'm hyped.
Bigger isn't always better, is it? And Rise of the Ronin is a very big game for a big price in a very busy year, and all of the years are busy now because there's just a lot of people making games. So yeah, you don't want to see a game fail. And I've seen a lot of people that are playing it do tell me it's actually really good. I have heard positive feedback from the people that have bothered to get in, but it just got overlooked by so many. So
it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Wolong wasn't everyone's cup of tea, but that subscription, Game Pass actually put it in the eye line of a lot of people, I think, that wouldn't have normally played it. And that's where Game Pass really shines, man. Like, look, I mean, it's a better game apparently critically, but Rise of the Ronin is under the same kind of feels, and I think it needs to be on PlayStation Plus or something very soon, and it might find that audience. People I've played it said it's fun. I think I would really enjoy Rise of the Ronin. I don't know yet, but we'll see.
Yeah, that $70 price tag is just, it's a lot to ask for a game that's a new IP that doesn't really stick out in any particular way. It kind of just feels like it's inspired by a lot of other games, and they kind of just try to bring that together, and that could be cool. Like there's games that are like that I kind of do gravitate to sometimes, but to take a chance, drop $70, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, that price is not it's a lot, and they're not. I don't think. I was going to suggest that they scale it, but scale it to what? Quality? No, that just gives the impression on lower price games that they're not that good. But yeah, it's going to be a hard task to pay that price for a game that may not. And you're right about the fact that it's pulling its inspiration from a different game. Ghosts of Tsushima. Everyone's comparing it to Ghosts of Tsushima because you have a, like samurai, you have a horseback, and it's not the same game. Like, it's nothing like it. So I see a lot of PlayStation people saying, yeah, it's definitely not Ghost of Tsushima levels. I'm like, yeah, of course, it was never supposed to be. But I know it looks similar, but that's Rise of the Ronin. It's not doing that well. I will definitely check it out. I hope it come out on PC so I can really play it. But yeah, we'll see. We've got Stellar Blade though. Cassie Cage, you're a fan of this.
Oh yeah, and it's interesting. I mean, it's sad that it's only coming to PlayStation because there's a lot of PC people that are saying, man, I wish I could play this, but to go out of my way to buy a PS5, to pay $70 for a game.
Some
it's
ass.
Like, I mean, hey man, there's some dudes out there that are super inspired by ass, and more power to you guys. But yeah, it sucks that it is exclusive, and even the developers said themselves, like, even in South Korea, they aren't really much into PlayStation. It's really like mobile more than anything else, and those devs had previously done a bunch of mobile games, and that was their bag. So they're moving on to doing console on PlayStation, and for me, I'm lucky to own every platform, so I don't have to be locked out of anything. But I played the demo. I think it's really fun. It's a fun game. I'm so glad that it's not a Souls-like. I'm not a Souls-like fan.
This is not a Souls-like. A lot of people are saying it is a Souls-like, or it looks like Souls-like.
It's people make the argument that's kind of a little bit like Sekiro, which, I mean, I haven't played it, so I can't really judge. In some ways, I can kind of see that. But it's more so like a bit of a slower DMC or Bayonetta, which is my bag personally. So finally, like it's for me, I don't really care about booty unless the booty just happens to make people mad that are really like prude losers. So that's the only reason why it's like, oh man, she's out there like, doing her thing, like, cool. For me, it's like, bro, how many hack and slash games do we get? Like old school hack and slash games. It's so fucking rare now. And it's like, that's what I like in gaming. And this one happens to be that. And you know what? I'm so glad that it's getting all this publicity. I'm so glad that people are really intrigued by the game. And it seems like from the post-apocalyptic sort of story that they're going with, there seems to be some interesting story elements here that I'm interested, myself. So hopefully all around it's a good game. Hopefully it's not just one of those where it's like, oh yeah, the characters are sexy, but there's nothing else to it. Like that wouldn't be cool. So I'm thinking that, judging by what they're going with, they're not giving too much away, but they're giving away enough to say that I think there's more there to it than meets the eye.
Absolutely. Yeah, beauty's only skin deep, but this game may have a little bit more source than beyond the character's backside. You played the demo. It's good to know that because I'm hearing some different things, but you're telling me that it is more of a hack and slash. Because the first time we saw it, we saw Bayonetta next gen. That's what immediately was the impression we got.
Definitely different from Bayonetta, but it's in that vein. It's trying to be its own thing, which I think is interesting in itself. But it takes inspiration from a lot of different things, like Bayonetta, like Devil May Cry, like Battle Alita. If you've ever watched the film or the manga and the anime, like it's definitely inspired by that too. Like you could tell where a lot of their influences are from, and this is all like really cool shit. So I'm definitely down to see what's up with Stellar Blade.
Oh shit, Battle Alita. That was a cool movie, man. I think it was underrated. I agree. It was really good. Mm-hmm. Really good movie. Have you played the demo of Stellar Blade, Asa?
No, I downloaded it though because it's a game that I'm not sure if I like or not. Because I prefer the Devil May Cry style combat over the Souls likes. I like Souls games, but I prefer the faster paced combat. I'm not sure how fast this one is, but from what I've seen of it, it does look like Devil May Cry with the parry system, which could be really, really good. But I don't know. Need to play it. It's one of those. If I know that I'm going to get a game, I avoid the demo as far as I can because I don't want to play it before it comes out. This is a game where I'm like on the fence, so I very much downloaded the demo, and I just haven't got around to trying it yet.
Fair enough. Yeah, that demo would probably make your decision easier for you whether or not you want to jump in. I haven't actually. Well, I don't have a PS5 at the moment, but I definitely want to play this game. I hope it does well. I hope it does well because I want the Korean outfit to make a name for themselves as well in the gaming space, because that kind of diversity is really good. We've seen China with Black Myth. I never freaking get this game's name right. Black Myth Wukong, not Black Myth Wukong. Black Myth Wukong coming in August, and that is a Souls born whatever kind of game, and that looks really good. And I want China to kind of escape the whole jank, but like what's it called, like misrepresentation, and then it's like really janky. What was that game, Asa, that we had at the start of the Xbox Series? First person game made by a small indie guy, or like one man team even. It was like shooting mechs and stuff. He had a sword. It's one of those.
He's
where I'm
about a
just-
real game that came out.
It came out, yeah.
Weird.
It was a
Dunno.
chat. Bright Memory Infinite. Denny
Oh,
Gungornir. What is your name? Denny Gungorur. Sorry, I must have ruined your name. You have so many freaking weird characters in your name. I
liked
apologize.
Bright Memory. I'm not gonna lie. It was super
Bright Memory.
short. I wish it was longer, but I enjoyed it for what it was. I supported it before it came out, like the official release. So
Oh yeah.
it was cool for
Never
what it
got around
was.
to it.
Yeah, it was like, hey, give me $5, on Steam, and you can play like the demo that they had of it, and that money will be invested into a full or like a game release. And it's like cool, and I like the demo. It was really fun, and the main game's pretty solid as well. So it's a cool little experience, man. Made by at first one person that ended up being a very small team. So it was dope.
I know. I rate the thing. When it showed off, there was one bit where they showed off where the character's like on a passenger plane on the wing, and all the freaking effects turned up, and I was like, "This is sick!" And then I saw the gameplay, and it obviously was released episodic, and that kind of like they didn't even have that segment in the launch, and I'm like, "What?" But hey, a lot of chat also liked it as well. Jones says my girlfriend saw Ace on the stream and now she's in love with him. Oh shit.
Happens
Make
a lot.
sure you
It
lock
does
your
happen a
doors.
lot. It's just
Oh shit. Don't tell her where you live, Ace. Oh shit. Yeah, no, it's good. Like Stellar Blade, I reckon it's gonna be good. What? I'm gonna ask you this, Cage, because Ace is too refined a gentleman, too posh to even embroil himself into
Posh.
this part of the. You're too much better than us when it comes to this. What do you think?
that's not fair.
It's gonna
right?
be.
I'm not much better than Cassie. I'm much better than you. That's fine. You can say that.
Us, Cassie. Where do you think? If you're gonna guess, and chat, you have to do the same. And I'm going to try and remember, chat, what you have said. We're gonna find out. This game releases on Thursday, Friday. We're gonna find out on Friday what this game actually does. I expect high scores, but if you're going to use Metacritic, Asa, you posh piece of shit, you can sit this one out because I know what your answer is going to be. Abstain. Cassie Cage, where do you predict on Metacritic the score for Stellar Blade?
Honestly, I think this game is gonna get dumped on by journalists. They've all but said it outright. So I think it's
What do you
gonna
mean?
get.
What do you
Journalists
mean?
don't like the
Cassie,
game,
what
man.
are you
It's-
trying to
it's-
suggest?
Oh, I'm trying to suggest that I think that the system in which we grade video games is one big fucking joke. That's why I never
No,
really
Asa
indulged very
agrees
much.
with
so.
that. That's for sure.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be like in the 70s range, just
What?
because. Yeah, and it's not even. And the thing is, it's gonna get dumped on. The people who have already committed to buying it are gonna buy it, if it be to spite the bitching and moaning about the game, or they're there for the ass, and hopefully the actual gameplay keeps them there, or the story, they stay for the story sort of deal. But yeah, I think it's gonna be like in the 70s. It's sad that that's the case. That's about what we expect from game journalists. I think that the game will be better than a 70. That's my prediction, but I don't
But
really
you're
expect
saying,
much
You're
from.
saying it will be better than. Sorry, chat. I put the poll up, but I forgot to add an option, so I just ended it straight away because I'm a useless piece of shit. You're saying that it's going to be a game that deserves more than the score that it gets because
I
the
think so.
journalists might have because of the problem with the ass.
Yeah, apparently they don't like ass and tits, and they don't like that the director of the game had said outright, "Look, we like to make video games that are visually appealing to our players," and they took high offense to that. He said he wanted to make a character that he thinks is sexy, and that's what he did. And guess what? His wife even helped him design it. So I mean, if you have
Oh,
a
wow.
problem with that, I mean, I guess you're kind of just a loser. But hey, man, it is what it is.
Yeah, like how it's like hashtag woke tags. That would be a bit of a shame for this developer that, Korean outfit, really trying to make a name for themselves, really, wowed people. And I get it, like different values for different sets of cultures, I guess. It's not even. But the actress is very attractive. She's a model. It looks like her, and sexiness is. If it is. Asa, do you think the game's kind of like scantily clad a woman would cause the review scores to be docked? Do you expect that? Would it surprise you?
I actually think, if anything, it might push it the other way, because there is this notion going around where people believe that everyone's going to dock it for this reason. And I don't think, like, there's going to be some outlets out there that do feel that way, but there's a lot of people that do not care and are having this pinned on them. I think that might sway them the other way. It might give it a little lift, because they want to make the point that actually they're not upset by the almost naked protagonist.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I hope
that way.
If it's a good game, I hope that the game gets whatever grade it genuinely deserves at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. If it turns out to be shit, and it genuinely is shit, and I play this game, I'm like, oh my god, I was so hyped for this game, and it's such a disaster, then, it is what it is. I'm going to say it for what it is,
Yeah, I could see it going either way. I could see developers I could definitely see Kotaku scoring the shit out of it, and Polygon or someone, but definitely, what's his name? I forget his name. Sterling.
Jim Sterling's gonna dump on it for sure.
Yeah, 100%. That's a 2 out of 10. That's all he scores games now. 2s out of 10, just so people can look at his reviews. Her review. Yeah, sorry. I always do that. Not intentional. But we've got a poll review. It says, out of 72 of you, come on, shout out to 350 people watching, smash the like button. How many of you, 73 people, vote more? If you don't have an answer, pick a vote, pick a number. But right now, as it stands, 47% of you, the majority, are suggesting that it will score 80 to 84, which is a decent score. 35% of you, though, think it will score less than 79. Adam Sessler will give it a seal clap of toxicity. I can't say toxicity when I can hear my voice back. Weird. But yeah, okay. Well, we'll find out. I'm expecting it to be a good game. I hope it's a good game. And I hope it comes to PC.
Hell yeah.
Definitely timed. Is it timed exclusive?
They're keeping the kibosh on it, but they were alluding at the very beginning of when they announced the game that it might be on more than one platform, but I think Sony got it on lock.
Yeah, well, it was revealed on an Xbox show, and then Sony just muddy hat.
Oh no, wait! I think it was actually on the PlayStation event.
No, it was actually revealed on a Xbox, or that kind of sizzle reel showcase.
I don't think Xbox wants it. Apparently, they had approached Xbox about it, and Xbox they've kind of doubled down on how they think female characters should look in video games, and are giving very specifics. And it's like, why are y'all being so weird? Xbox, stop telling developers how to make their characters. You should just be a platform that hosts games. Stop telling,
Microsoft, shut the fuck up, man. What are you doing?
Just let fucking developers make the games that they want, the characters that they want. Specifically, I would say games that characters that players actually want to play as, because a developer can make a piece of shit looking character, and then it'll turn most people off from wanting to play it, or a good portion of people that would. I would say, yes, developers, do what you want to do, but also take into account what the audience also wants in it as well. Really, publishers should kind of just shut the fuck up about it.
Publishers doing that is just a bit weird. I don't know. I don't know what happened in the back doors, but really, I think PlayStation actually went out there, and PlayStation has a good eye for games typically, I think. And then I say that, but Rise of the Ronin is one they picked, and Xbox picked Wolong, and that was the better scoring game. So But Stellar Blade could be, and I think the buying price for a new studio making this game, Sony wouldn't have to go above the odds to offer too much money, and they'll get the marketing push that PlayStation's really good at marketing. So I think it would be a good strategy for the developers behind Stellar Blade to align themselves with PlayStation of all places. But PlayStation also gets it in the neck for not always propagating some of its lesser known games in the store, apparently. So that's a big critique, but it's paid a fair chunk of money for advertising Stellar Blade, so I reckon it'll do well. Looking forward to it. Let's see what happens with Stellar Ass. And the vote, 123 of you, and the percentages are still the same, 46%. Say 80 to 84. You're expecting a solid game, and so am I. I hope it does, because I think Bayonetta getting a little bit of competition would actually be pretty saucy as well. So there's that. There's that.
Hell yeah.
We've also had Kena. If you remember this game, Kena Bridge of Spirits, and that game is now being rated on PlayStation. I actually bought this day one on PC and never played it.
Oh wow, that was like one of the first games I actually reviewed on my channel.
Really?
Yeah, it's a fun experience. It's actually very challenging if you're into a good fucking game that's gonna really kind of make you a little bit mad.
Really? Kena is that game? I would have never thought that.
You don't think it by the way it looks, but that game will give you a run for your money. I promise you that.
What?
Yeah, it's a solid game.
But the reason why I haven't booted it up is in my head is like, this is going to be like a really kind of kiddie platformer.
Nope.
With very good visuals.
It's definitely...
No, it's not. Okay.
It will give you a run for your money. I promise you that.
That's interesting. I didn't expect that. Shit. Wow.
Yeah, it's cool that it's coming to Xbox. At least, it's been rated. So there's no official announcement, I believe, right? So...
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is a game that sold that well anyway for Ember Lab. And it looks beautiful. What about the visuals? Because some of the gameplay, like the sizzle stuff on the trailers and all that, look really good. What are the visuals of the game that impressive? Because for an indie outfit, it looked too good to be true to me. But
yeah, I mean, it's pretty solid. Like all around, it's a pretty game. It has that Pixar sort of look and vibe to it. It's honestly, all around, it's a good game. So more people getting to play that, it's awesome. If it comes to Game Pass, that would be amazing. I think that this game definitely deserves even more exposure. It's a really solid game. I have nothing but great things to say about it.
Is it coming to Game Pass?
I don't know. It doesn't have an official thing, but if it comes to Game Pass, that'd be amazing. Imagine how many people get to play like a fucking banger,
Yeah, man. I would play on Game Pass because I've got a PC. My PC's a bit shit at the moment, so I would definitely play on Xbox, which is where I pay 99% of my games. So, I hope so. Microsoft will be a good one to get on Game Pass. It was visually like this was shown off like 2 years ago, and it still looks beautiful, man. It's like freaking, like you said, Pixar level.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever play this?
Not for very long. I did download it and I didn't get very far. The Ember Labs studio that made it, their background was in motion video rather than games before they made this one, I think, at least on a personal level, if not the studio level, which is why it looks like it does, why it's got that visual quality to it. The difficulty that you're talking about, I might be misremembering, but I think it was supposed to be quite spiky. So it started off as the easy kids game and suddenly got to a certain point and wasn't friendly anymore. I don't know how true that is.
It welcomes you in. It does enough to welcome you in, and then it does hit you. They have some dope-ass boss battles. That's what it is, really. I think that's the most challenging of it all. The boss battles will give you a fight. And to be honest with you, I didn't even play it on the hardest difficulty. I probably would have broke my controller if I played on the hardest difficulty. I played on like the second hardest, whichever it was. And that was a fucking challenge, bro. I was like, geez. I had to take breaks from the game. I'm like, yo, these boss battles are crazy. Getting towards the end of the game, oof, yeah, you're gonna be like, oh my god. It's like getting to those boss battles, I'd say, isn't really too crazy. It's like, where you're getting the challenge is definitely boss battles.
Okay, that's really good. That kind of elevates the game for me, because I just assumed, based on its aesthetic, that it's just a pretty looking platformer, but no. Okay, that's good. Well, that's Kena Bridge of Spirits. Hopefully it does well on Xbox, and hopefully it comes out on Game Pass. Speaking of Pixar, it's not really Pixar, but aesthetic, funny visuals. Sea of Thieves gets even more success. 40 million players on Sea of Thieves, which is a big milestone. Now, a lot of people assumed that this was because the beta on PlayStation, but based on the blog, they attributed it explicitly to the Xbox and PC. Although I feel like they announced 35 million, over 35 million players in February, and then now in April it hits 40, and that's a big jump from 35 to 40. So you would assume the beta may have come in, but they explicitly said Xbox and PC. So when Sea of Thieves does hit PlayStation, we'll see a big spike of players, I'm sure. Sea of Thieves is a pretty substantial milestone, and it's actually dominating, not dominating, but doing well, ranking very high on the PlayStation's best-selling games as well. What numbers, like, I mean, how many more millions players will they garner on PlayStation? Do you think it's gonna make a big difference, Asa? Like I said, a lot of numbers are numbers. I guess 40 million is a big number.
Yeah.
But
it's one of those
5
ones
million.
where being on Game Pass, it almost has the benefits that a free-to-play game has. Not the same, because you can't create multiple accounts and log on and get banned and cheat and all of those kind of things. So these are more legitimate than a free-to-play game's numbers would be. But it is a game that you have to buy if you want to play it on PlayStation. So you wouldn't expect it to explode into like multi-millions. But it's obviously only going to increase the number. It can't bring it down, can it? So... I was just wondering how much by 5 million, 2 million, 3 million. Could be quite a lot, because this is like ranked quite high. Shout out to Colt Eastwood in the chat. He says looks slightly better on PlayStation 5 as well. I saw some of this. I've been out and about, but I saw
Really?
Apparently it's got better shadows on PlayStation and something else. I'm not sure, but this is the fourth game. Like, every game ran better. Every one of the 4 games that's come on PlayStation has run better on PlayStation, even if it's for a short period of time until the update comes out. That's pretty embarrassing, no, for Xbox. 4th time again. Last time we heard some next excuse. What's the excuse this time?
Is this just at least admit if it's intentional to appeal to a new audience, or is there a problem with the Xbox Series X? Like, I just, at this point, it'd be interesting to just know what the truth is. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I don't know. We were expecting...
I think it's just Xbox incompetence. I think that's all it is.
I mean, that could be this well, but like, they're porting this game to the PlayStation. It's not like their incompetence is showing there.
Oh, no, I mean, Xbox's incompetence in actually trying to make sure that they didn't give a fuck. They didn't even try. Like, they're making this move, and they said, you know what, at least now that we're doing it, make sure our version runs better. The funny thing about this whole thing is PlayStation was so worried about Xbox degrading Call of Duty's quality when Xbox can't even bother to actually upgrade the quality of their own game to meet parity with a PlayStation title. Is actually kind of laughable. But I don't know, Asa. This is another game. Like, come on, one game. Chat, Ghostwire Tokyo, you're right. Afropunk, like, even that was better. Pentiment, Grounded maybe. I'm not sure. Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi Rush. What's going on? Is it really inconsequential? Like, do you blame someone? Do you care? Well, I know you don't care, but it's a bad look, surely. It's a bad look.
It's definitely a bad look, and it puts them in a really difficult position, because for the longest time as well, you've heard people saying like, oh, the tools weren't there, and then it's like, oh, it's because everyone's got PlayStation as the lead development platform. That's the only reason. And all of that little like rhetoric has been stripped away, and that's all right, because you don't really need nonsense rhetoric from people that don't actually know what's going on. So that's helpful that that's been stripped away. Like, I don't mind that, but for Xbox, it's a difficult position, because if the game, like, as a dev studio, if you can get more performance on this platform that is not your own, and then for some reason you choose not to, that's dubious in itself. So really, like, clearly the right thing to do is to try and give people that are buying your game the best version that you can give them. And then you get this really difficult optics where, like, it is making the platform that you're owned by look a little bit silly, and it does, only in very small circles that are likely to check on a Digital Foundry article or see the bubble around social media and whatever. But it is bad optics for them. So you'd hope if there is any kind of optimization or tweaking or like improvements they can still make on the Series X version, they'll get them in by the time that thing launches. But I don't know, it's a little bit of a mess for them.
The replicant in chat says wait until the PlayStation 5 Pro version comes out, or the Pro comes out, and then it's going to be a whole... Nick Marseille is going to be loving it. He's already on my Discord celebrating and masturbating to the news. So can you imagine when the Pro comes out? He's going to fucking have a shit fit.
It's just weird. It's like, at this point, were they liars when it comes to the Xbox Series X being the most powerful console? Like, that's, at this point, I just want to know the truth. I think it's just strange that even with their own games, they're not playing or looking as good on your console. It's just weird to me, you know?
It's just Xbox. It's not a lie. It just didn't turn out not to be true because my Xbox are incompetent in the hardware front, or just have been on the hardware front. They were really good in the 360 gen where they really surprised everyone, whereas Sony took a bespoke approach and it didn't work out. And now I just feel
360 is great, but I suffered through too many red rings to give them credit on a hardware front. You know what I mean?
I love that machine. I love that machine.
But even then, like the hardware
360 was my
front,
main platform.
you can't say that the Xbox has failed on the hardware front, because the hardware does have the specs and the on-paper numbers and all the rest of it. So you have to look at the software layer to see where the problem lies. You have to look at DirectX versus whatever Sony are doing. It can only be a software issue. We've got the numbers for the hardware. So... By software issue, I don't mean like the developers are failing with the make of their games. I mean software, like the libraries that they're using, the APIs, all the rest of it. But that's not hardware.
Oh, that's software.
Yeah.
Either way, it's a Microsoft Xbox problem, and they're gonna have to. Bruh, I have no faith in them doing that. You know, I'm not even surprised. I'm not sorry. How many times do you want me to be surprised? Oh, it happened with Pentiment. Oh, it happened with Hi-Fi Rush. Oh, it's happened to Sea of Thieves. Oh, what? I'm not shocked whatsoever. But it is what it is. Oh, Jason Ronald, what is your excuse for this? Do you even care? I don't even know anymore. I like you, but yeah. Now, Mike Ybarra thinks we should tip developers when we finish their games. Oh, well, no. Okay, that's a lie. That's actually a lie. I'm stirring shit here. Mike Ybarra caught some flack for saying that players should have the option to tip developers once they've completed the game or something. Then that got a lot of people pissed because they were like, bruh, you work for these big companies, yeah? Like, why don't you just pay your developers better? What's your view on that, Cassie? Like, a lot of people say, support the devs. And I think that's such a... Whilst I agree, before the internet comes at me, I don't want devs to get shat on. I feel like so much of that rhetoric is just fake pandering, just like virtue signaling. I feel like, shut the fuck up. You're the worst fan base when it comes to developers doing shit wrong. I'm there. I'm biting at your fucking heels. But I'm not going to be like, support the devs. Fuck it, support the devs. Suck my Speaking of that, what do you think about Mike Ybarra and this idea of tipping developers if they've done a good job?
Well, I guess the libertarian in me tells me I don't want to tell people what to do with their money. I mean, if you want to do something like that, you know, I don't really I mean, I guess it depends on how it goes, but I feel like it'd just be some sort of tribal issue because unfortunately, a lot of developers just want to go on Twitter and say some fuck shit, and then people take sides. And then it's like, I could feel like it would just be a tribal, like, well, I'm just going to throw money at these developers because they said something that I agree with instead of actually being about the games. So that I think would be an issue, generally speaking. But I think that I think that people should be praised adequately for exceptionalism. Like, you make an exceptional game, the workhorse behind it are developers, so they should be rewarded fairly for their hard work, especially, ones that do go above and beyond. So that apparently isn't really much of a thing in the games industry. Matter of fact, apparently you make great games and you end up getting canned. So that can't really go on. You know what I mean? Like, I've heard that a lot of developers have left the industry just based on the insane demands of companies, like, insane levels of work hours. If you can go somewhere and work there and get paid the same amount of money or more and not have to, break your fucking back nearly as much, I mean, obviously someone is going to say, screw it, I'll just go do, something in this other entertainment space that isn't backbreaking. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel as though people being not rewarded adequately is an issue in the industry, and when it comes to the developers, and that needs to be corrected. Otherwise, we're going to see a lot of developers leave the industry for another industry because their work can be utilized elsewhere.
I think you're right. There's the underlying point, Asa, isn't it? That developers, we often hear stories like Cassie's talking about, really being abused or working really long hours. This is a grueling, tough industry for indies, AA's, AAA's. So the sentiment seems to have some merit, but Mike Ybarra seems to get the flack irrespective of it.
Yeah, and you need to separate the sentiment from the person saying it in this instance, because the sentiment, I don't agree with the sentiment in general, but the idea that if you want to give developers money, you should be able to, that's not horrific in itself. That's a reasonable thing to just float onto the internet. It shouldn't cause that much of a drama. For me, if I really like a game, then I'll reward the developers by getting the sequel. That's normally how it works for people. Like, I'm going to get the sequel to the game. That's how much I appreciate how good it was. And if it wasn't good, then I probably won't get the sequel. That works for me as a kind of reward structure for them. But more so, you have to consider the person saying it was Mike Ybarra. He's sitting in a palace on billions of dollars with his $2,000 earbuds saying, oh, it would be really nice to just give some developers the money. But when he was running these studios, do you reckon he ever went, oh, it'd be really nice to give these developers some extra money? This game did well. Hell, he did. No, he didn't. That's like, practice what you preach. Do it when you're in a position to do it. Not now you're just sitting there in your palace trying to make everyone else feel bad.
Absolutely.
Mike Ybarra, Ace's views do not represent that of GameOnDaily. If you want to invite me to your Golden Palace for a party, I'll be there. He looks like he could party. But that's a great point. It seems like, because Blizzard, of all companies, has not been... well, we know about the escapades that went on there. So it's a bit weird about that. And also on that front, before we say that, let me read this super chat from Shabs Inevitable. Sorry, because I'm looking forward to Stellar Butt Kupo. Yes, we're all looking to Stellar Butt. Might as well call it that at this stage. But Mike Ybarra, also got turfed out. He got turfed out of Blizzard, or people said, maybe he left because it was really bad. But we had a report today. Well, not the report. The studio has come out and said that, you know what? Microsoft has actually let Blizzard be Blizzard. Kasich, check DM. You and Gaz want to see this. We've been to send something. Thank you for the super chat. I'm not seeing anything in my DMs. Cassie, if you see something, let me know. Asa, while we look at that, but thank you, Black Herbert.
Oh no,
Blizzard.
It's some Reforged nonsense.
Oh God. Please spare us the pain. I don't know what to think about that. Now, Microsoft and Xbox has always had this struggle of balancing give studios autonomy to make sure they do good shit and oversight. And when I see Microsoft saying it's let Blizzard be Blizzard, a lot of people say that's great, but the Blizzard that we've had for a while has been a bit shit. So
That's the
should
difficulty, isn't it? It's like,
I
as
don't know how
one
to
studio,
feel.
you're right. Generally, with the way that Microsoft have been handling these studios, the way that they're letting Ninja Theory do Hellblade 2, which most publishers wouldn't let them do. The impression that you got of the dev direct, they're letting Indiana Jones be first person, like they are letting these studios be creative and do what they want to do. But I really did want them to just wade into Blizzard and be like, stop being greedy, dickheads. And just like, I don't want to log on to Battle.net and go, oh, it's a spring sale, you can get this pack of Warcraft pets, it's not going to be £160, it's going to be £75. So stop being Blizzard, fix it, Microsoft. And obviously they don't want to stop them being greedy because they like the money too, but it's just like, you could like intervene a little bit.
Perfect rant. It's so true, man. Like, I just want Blizzard to be good, man. Like, and nothing is changing. It's status quo. That's my biggest fear of the ABK acquisition. Status quo. And if you're saying that they make money, and I was like, let the community be on the heels of Xbox demanding more from ABK. And then it just stand like, I feel like I'm the lone man there. Come on, ABK. And no one is saying anything. Everyone's like, shut the up, guys. We just, Xbox know what they're doing. Wah. And I'm like, they came at me for saying that the Oracle being cancelled. That incredible. I was so excited about this. Odyssey, sorry, I was so terrible with names. Odyssey could be something, a survival game done in Blizzard quality. Dead. Like, what? Chat, are you really going to just be happy with Game Pass stuff? Like, yeah, good, you'll get the old CODs on Game Pass. And I'd be really happy to just get Transformers come back as a remaster or something. Bring it back. But demand more. Like, we had Phil Spencer go out there and like, I'm going around asking developers what they really want to do. And this was before he actually fired like 13,000 or something of them or whatever. So I don't even know how many of those people he asked questions actually have a job now at Blizzard. And then I don't know, man. It doesn't sit well with me. I saw a lot of people be like, yes, look, Microsoft's being nice and they're letting Blizzard be Blizzard. But Blizzard been fucked for ages, man. I want something to change. You know what? I'll throw you a bone, ponies. I want Hiroki Totoki to come to Xbox. I like the way he thinks. This guy, like this, if it's Hiroki, that would not happen. Because Hiroki did the same thing with Bungie. He went in there and said like, you need to fucking fix it. Stop crying. Stop crying. Yeah, you want to be independent? Okay. These are the numbers. If you don't hit these numbers, we're going to swallow you up. Either work hard, bitches, or fuck off. And be swallowed up by us. And he said that publicly, but not in that form. But he did say that he wants more accountability from Bungie, and he said that out loud publicly, and that's going to make the studio within Bungie feel a certain way. Blizzard is just, I feel like they're so scared from all the scandals in Blizzard. You know, the little sex dungeons or whatever the hell they were doing at Blizzard. Fucking game devs, man, are weird as fuck. But like, just when are we gonna get some news? World of Warcraft on console. When are you gonna get that? Like, something needs to change, man. Like, give us something exciting from ABK. I don't know, man. Jones says Xbox can't manage their own studios. Well, there are things to watch out. Blizzard and what they're doing with them. Maybe we'll see it in the summer showcase because that's a big marketing beat. Maybe they'll do something. Prove me wrong. I'm not even saying they're gonna do it wrong. Maybe they have something in the works. I don't know. That Perfect Dark, Undead Labs, major side eye against what's happening with Perfect Dark, State of Decay, and that. I don't know what's going on. If one of those games got cancelled, I will not be shocked. So, NC says ABK and exciting is an oxymoron these days.
Jeez.
Oh, shit.
It's a glass half empty, man. Feel, unfortunately, you know? Like, I guess it's cool that it's like, you know, I think that Blizzard has been effing up so much that, man, it's less of a hit to my wallet to try their bullshit on Game Pass instead. That's a positive, I guess, but it's from a negative perspective, you know,
exactly.
unfortunately. There's
Yeah.
I haven't been excited for Blizzard in a long time. Matter of fact, they're just obnoxious to me at this point. Everything that they do, it's just you end up wondering, like even with Diablo, with the way Diablo launched, it's like you have an insane amount of developers on your team, and you have like what PoE that is smaller in comparison, like a nobody developer for the most part, and absolutely demolishes your game on a fundamental level. It's just like I just can't take it seriously, you know. It's just too many cooks in the kitchen, bad management. I don't know what it is, but they don't know what they're doing. It feels like.
I want to say stuff about the developers, but I'll get fucking cancelled, so I won't say shit. But WoW could see something big, because didn't the original creator come back when he announced those 3 big major expansions? That's the kind of shit I want to see. I didn't even know who he was until you lot told me who it was, and that kind of shit excites me. Bring WoW. By the way, they were asked about World of Warcraft, some senior lady, and she said, "Look, I can't say too much." And it's like, oh, is there a chance? She might just be like, I can't say too much because I don't know, and this guy's going to just get me in trouble in case that's happening. But she said, like, we have controller support for the game. All right. I disagree with you, Asa. Watch WoW come to Xbox and the numbers skyrocket.
What are you disagreeing with me on?
You said...
I don't remember saying anything recently.
I think you said WoW doesn't work on controller.
No, I've played WoW on a controller. I played Wrath of the Lich King on a controller before it worked on a controller. It can work.
Oh.
Healing can't work. That's the biggest
Healing
challenge
can't
on
work.
it. Yeah, which is quite fundamental to the game. A lot of it works on a controller, but it's very, very difficult to translate certain bits and pieces. And there's certain
lock
issues
on.
with,
You'd have to
like-
lock on to heal.
Yeah, and I've not seen how it works in Final Fantasy XIV because that has controller support. There's certain things that work just fine in World of Warcraft on a controller, and there's certain things that would need to be tweaked and refined. It's definitely not impossible to bring it to console. That's not something I've said. It's just
Maybe someone else.
certain things are challenging.
I think you said you don't think WoW would do well on console? No, I don't know what you said.
I think
There was something.
no, I'm not sure that the timing is brilliant to bring it to console because the onboarding experience in World of Warcraft is kind of horrible. The new player experience is kind of horrible. In current retail World of Warcraft, it's got an opening like 10 level intro experience that's quite tailored and holds your hand and leads you through it, and then it goes, "Oh, this is the world, good luck, fuckhead," and it gets really messy.
Oh shit. So hold on, I played WoW for years, WoW Classic up to Cataclysm. This new retail WoW, which has put me off completely. Now when you start the game, like if I'm undead, am I starting in wherever it is? I forgot the name. Not Ashtonville. What's it called? Where Underdead City, where Underdead City used to be.
Long
Is it
gone.
like the normal start, or is it all changed?
Undercity. No, that's all changed loads of times. It's completely different initial 10 levels now.
King Thrash goes, now is the time for healing. What? Yeah, okay. Well, I think it'd be stupid not to look at console. I think that's a big news. That would be like pretty like megaton, like yo. Especially if like Blizzard want to have like the marketing alone would be crazy. Obviously it will be cross-play, and the PC people will be licking their lips at all the scrubs that are going to be joining the World of Warcraft and getting destroyed in the PvP zones. But yeah, well, we'll see what happens with Blizzard, man. There's so much untapped potential generally in the gaming industry. I don't know what they're doing. So this bit of news caused a lot of beef in the console war space. We found out thanks to Tweakdown, who looked through this shit. Microsoft and Xbox games on PlayStation. Xbox has more current top 10 bestsellers than Sony does at present. Well, at the time of the publishing of this article. And a big, like, if you look at the PlayStation's best-selling games, and they color-coded it, you had basically Xbox first-party games. Call of Duty is Xbox first-party, so that always dominates. Overwatch 2 is number 7. Then you had Sea of Thieves, 6-year-old game, at number 12. You had Fallout 4, obviously through the TV series helping out massively. Minecraft, because it's Minecraft. Fallout 76 was there, and Grounded of all games was there. And in fact, it was doing better than Rise of the Ronin. And so, whilst I bemoan the good performance of these games, because Microsoft's definitely looking at that and thinking, holy shit, we are making shit tons of money on that platform, which means that they'll catalyze their strategy to support PlayStation even more. Believe it or not, it's happening. Don't be surprised. Next year you see Starfield and Hellblade 2 on PlayStation. It's happening. But this is going to really they're going to look at that like, damn. But King Thrash back again with another video. What's happening, King? When you were here last time, you're like, PlayStation don't want their games on their platform. And then we found out that PlayStation actually were working with Microsoft's teams to make sure really hard supportive in getting Sea of Thieves being working there. So it's contrary to what you said, Thrash. But on top of that, PlayStation guys are supporting Xbox games more than their own games. In fact, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is not even on there. Not even anywhere to be seen. Say it. Maybe the platform war... Well, definitely, the platform wars are a thing now. Cassie. Because Asa's agnostic. I'll ask him at the end for this sensible take. Let's just talk some shit. Let's talk some shit. Come on, man. PlayStation guys are supporting Xbox games more than their own games on their own platform. What the fuck? Isn't that a disgrace? I thought those games sucked. What are they doing? What are you doing, Nick Marseille? I've never seen Nick Marseille more excited for a game than he is for Sea of Thieves. He takes selfies of himself playing that game, installing that game, pre-ordering that game. Is the pony narrative all false bullshit? All this time, did they really just want to play Xbox games?
They're just dedicated to their platform, which is funny because it's like for a long time they were just saying this one when I was a pony back in the day was most gamers are they're too broke or just don't want to invest the money into having more than one platform sort of deal. Now a lot of those same people are talking about buying really expensive PCs, mind you, and we're gatekeeping y'all the fuck out, by the way, but when it comes to just that, at the end of the day, the whole like fanboy war stuff is down to like the 1%, like a small percentage of gamers overall. Like people just want to play games, and people just kind of stick with what they know, and they just want to stick on their platform on PlayStation, and they just want to see all the games come to there. And I don't blame them. Like I think that at the end of the day, if you're a gamer, why would you be against more people being able to experience a game that you love? So I'm cool with games being on all platforms, because at the end of the day, I want PC gaming culture to remain PC gaming culture and not have console gremlins in it. So ideally, I advocate for you guys to get as many games on your platforms as possible to keep you all the fuck out, because that's important to me. I want to retain PC gaming culture among people that actually understand freedom in the gaming space. So yeah, it's cool, and people are indulging in playing these games. So if you're about supporting developers like they act like on PlayStation, then buy the games, enjoy the games, because some of these are pretty solid. Especially stuff like Hi-Fi Rush. Like these are cool games that are beloved or have had either are acclaimed or they've had long lineage, like Sea of Thieves. That game has been out for a long time and people still play on it. So hey man, give it a try. Don't let the fact that it's a Microsoft Studio game keep you from having fun with your friends or enjoying a good game. Like, don't be a loser.
Yeah, but I like console wars. You're right. It's good to see the numbers go up for Xbox games. bittersweet pill for me because I just didn't want those games there because I have an idea of direct competition in this space. But King Thrash says, I said they picked what games on PlayStation, what games came to PlayStation, and you wouldn't see Xbox Studios games. Well, you did. What? Xbox bought the most successful publishers. Yeah, COD sells. Well, Sea of Thieves sold. Sea of Thieves is a 6-year-old freaking weird game that you guys said was barely, a game that you just see. You made fun of the water. You probably said the water wasn't watery, King Thrash. But Asa, look. Irrespective of the console warring or angle of this, doesn't this suggest that the narrative that Game Pass is that narrative dead now? That Game Pass is not sustainable because Microsoft is now supporting games on other platforms, on PlayStation, and seeing these kind of numbers. Do you think that's dead? Do you think that has any credence to it? Like relevant to that conversation?
See much of a correlation there. I don't see much of a correlation there. Obviously, selling games to support Game Pass is what they're doing.
The argument is that they're losing money. They're losing sales. That's what the naysayers say. So now they're making sales on a platform that doesn't have Game Pass and decent amounts. Surely that's related.
It's going to help. They're making money elsewhere. I mean, 2 or 3 years ago when Microsoft put on a showcase, they had like 34 games. I can't remember if it was 2 or if it was 3, but they had 34 games in this showcase, and 33 of them said they were coming to Game Pass. And I think the only one that didn't was Diablo 4, which made its way into the showcase because it is as big a title as it is, but it wasn't coming into Game Pass at that point in time. Their recent shows have had way less emphasis on Game Pass, so it's fair to say that their focus has changed, and they are embracing selling games as well as pushing the subscription model. They're still doing Game Pass, and they've committed to it. In that recent like podcast format thing they did, they were very forwards and committal. At least if you believe the things that they were saying, they're very committed to keeping that going, keeping the day and date going for a long time to come yet. But numbers are changing and their focus is changing. We can all see that from the outside. I don't know, it doesn't do any harm to sell on PlayStation. The question then becomes, because you've parroted it for the last 3 years around the PlayStation releases, you have to have people walking around with like megaphones going, oh, day and date, whole slate in your ear for the next 2 years, right? What do you reckon to that? Should they be releasing these games day and date on Xbox, on PlayStation?
Hell no.
No, but PlayStation should do day and date on the other platforms. I'm just checking because that's what I've been hearing the other way around an awful lot,
On PC? I've always been a fan of what PlayStation have said. Always said it. From my first appearance on RDX, I've always said that the PlayStation strategy makes complete sense. Don't dilute the console. But as an antagonist of PlayStation, I say do it day and date so I can taste the tears. Especially King Thrash's tears, who kindly generated super chat. He goes, "You're speaking too soon. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, or I assume it says Rebirth, sold 2.5 million and was called a flop. Oh, I think it's the remake. If Sea of Thieves and Hi-Fi Rush don't sell over 3 million, then they flopped as well, right?" Sea of Thieves is
the budget is a whole different question. The porting cost of Sea of Thieves is not the same as the development budget for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in its entirety. And Hi-Fi Rush's budget wasn't either, let alone the porting cost. So no, not really an equivalence there. But people do use numbers in funny ways. He's right about that.
Final Fantasy VII, I think he's talking about remake. Rebirth, I'm expecting, well, unless I don't think they're selling that well. Bruh, it's not even on the top 25 list at the time. And it's been a bit quiet on that Final Fantasy front. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I definitely want to play it. But Square Enix, I suspect that they are not that pleased with the performance of it. Maybe they have to...
They never are, to be fair.
Yeah, it's so true. They never are. They never are. But...
Rebirth is one of those I would have bought if it was on more than just the PlayStation console. Like, if it would have came to PC, I would have ended up getting it, especially since I wasn't really happy with the performance of Dragon's Dogma 2. I would have returned Dragon's Dogma 2 and bought Rebirth easily. because I've played the first game and I really did like the first game. But Square Enix and PlayStation didn't account for the reality that, during the lockdowns, people were playing Remake a lot, and that was a time where PS4s were really out there a lot more than the PS5, and I think that they should have came to the reality that they should have at least ported the game over into PC as well to account for the reality of the difference between Rebirth's release and Remake's release, because it's a different just a different field. There's people that are on the PS4 still that like Remake, but they don't have the opportunity to play Rebirth right now. So yeah, that kind of just sucks all around. Just make the game available to more people, because there is less people available to, and it's showing in the sales margins, especially in comparison to Remake and stuff. So
yeah, King Thrash, I'm not saying it flopped, man. Yeah, you're right. Third party as well, Cassie. Like third party, like Money Hat that shit out of it. Get it on PC straight away. They've got 3 months. It said at least 3 months. I think they're working hard on making sure that this game comes on. Final Fantasy does get on PC as soon as possible without a delay. Spartan661, thank you for a member for 2 months. He says Sony's the ultimate casual gaming box. You hear that, King Thrash? Widespread around the world until the casuals see the benefit of owning Xbox. Things will change. And that's where I had on my Discord channel, me and Nick Marseille were going back and forth. He was talking so much shit, but I loved it. And I was saying, you know what? You could celebrate all you want about these games coming on Xbox, but remember, you have some big moments coming. You're going to have Call of Duty, then you're going to have Elder Scrolls, then you're going to have freaking Doom and all these games. And PlayStation guys are now, the masses, the casuals are playing these. And Xbox, in this miraculous, weird, fictional world, starts marketing Game Pass properly. And the word spreads. Oh, you paid that much for COD? I just got it on a subscription price. And then you have the Trojan horse is Xbox in that platform. This is my way of reconciling things and not killing myself.
I think you talk about things that Nick Marseille said more often than things than Phil Spencer said. As gaming news goes,
for good reason.
He seems to be up there for you.
Nick Marseille is my best friend, and we're gonna have a podcast together. Ain't that right, Nicky? I like Nick. You give me a dick, but I like him. It's just like he's like anti-Xbox guy, but he can be reasonable. It's like the arch nemesis. He's like the polar opposite to me. I have hair, he doesn't have hair. I have good taste, he has bad taste. I can't
mean,
cook, he can.
Talk about him more, please.
We should marry each other. Nick Moss is cool, man. He's cool, man. He's chill. He can be. He sucks the dick of PlayStation, but he's cool. God Emperor Sofa King, shout out to you for the $5 super chat. Backstage at my city, it was friend zone. You won't ever take no chain off. What does this fucking sounds like? It is that. How the fuck you big stepping with the size 7 men's on? Drake has been crazy. Some memes. Bro, the hip hop scene's mad right now. There's so much beef. Did you hear Quavo get absolutely fucking mucked? Asa, you're a big battle rap fan.
Definitely. I know what you're talking about. Absolutely, yes.
Yo, man, yeah, bro, I love this. This is why I like the Source. I want some beef with King Thrash, with Nick Marseille, adding some fuel to the Source, but the hip-hop scene's pretty fucking toasty right now. Drake even used a fucking AI and used Tupac and Snoop Dogg to murk Kendrick Lamar. There's beef going on. And then Quavo got fully lasered by Chris Brown, who is a fucking R&B singer. I didn't know he could rap. He said some mad shit. Crazy. Sorry, chat. That was a little bit of hey, God Emperor Sofa, if you ever say I never do your super chats, just shut the fuck up, because I'm talking about hip hop here, and Ace is looking at me like I'm an alien. But yeah, look, I've come to terms with Xbox having no testicles and bending the knee to PlayStation when it comes to the console war, which it lost. But the platform wars have just begun. And I mean it. It's going to be fucking crazy. It's going to be crazy out there. It's there, man. The challenge is there. The existential crisis for PlayStation and Sony as a company begins because Microsoft is now fully committed. It's going to be fun. I'm going to watch it. It's going to be wicked. El Nini says they did more than bend the knee, guys. They're going to be bending you over when you go ahead and pay full price and subsidize my Game Pass habits. Thank you so much, PlayStation, for supporting. Thank you so much, King Thrash. Thank you so much, J-Dub, for buying these games full price. Sea of Thieves. I didn't even do it. Wasn't Sea of Thieves the first game to come out like on Game Pass?
First day and date Xbox game, it was indeed.
Yeah, I remember that because I was like, I'll get it on Game Pass. And that was the first game that felt weird. Like, oh, I'll rent it. Maybe I'll buy it later. Now I don't even ask that question because it's just Game Pass. I will not.
Yeah.
Well, I buy games, but not Xbox games. Although I did buy Diablo, the deluxe edition. Well, that's the industry. It's changing. It's changing. Microsoft may have bent the knee in the console wars, but their platform wars is a serious business. And Sony needs to be... Look, this is going to sound weird, Asa and Cassie.
Have you given up on the cardboard trophy?
Careful.
Like, are you now moving on from the cardboard trophy as well?
Do you think I ever will?
Yes.
No fucking... You think I'm going to give up on the cardboard trophy?
Yes. The console space,
You're
you are. I can
essentially
hear you. You're talking about it. You're already embracing the big competition.
Which is the platform station. Platform wars. I've just kind of morphed into the same kind of thing. Still Xbox versus PlayStation. I still continued it.
Oh, yeah.
Is it?
I mean, in a different way.
In a different way. It just changes.
Yeah. They're both forced to change. For
Sony
whatever
as
reason.
well.
Yeah, they're going to have to change.
Cassie brings it, enables me to transition into the next topic. King Thrash back again with another video. You're gonna love this topic, King. I can't wait to see your video where you have some weird take on this one. Listen, bruh. My PlayStation, I know for a fact you hate PC. I've seen you say PC is not even a platform, it's a piece of shit. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. $10 because these bots in the chat are broken. I'll show support. Y'all deserve thanks for the genuine takes and thanks, Phil, for the new games. Keep the content coming. Xbox, why is it that the PlayStation guys are supporting us so strongly? Are you going to take that? I'm not going to go to you into super chatting. That's a dick move. But give us the money. But hey, yo, King, nice of you to give that donation, but now I'm gonna have to freaking laser you because listen, bro, PlayStation doubles down on PC support out of nowhere. PlayStation comes out of bam, Ghosts of Tsushima is coming. Oh, no, by the way, we're gonna freaking slide this into you. Here's a PlayStation overlay where you get your PlayStation experience on PC, friends, cross-game chat, trophies. I remember just a few weeks ago, was it you, King? Swear it was you on one of your shows where you were talking about the fact that you still can't achieve trophies and all of that shit. Bro, it's coming together. PlayStation are merging with PC, and day and date sounds like it's gonna be an eventuality.
As it should.
I lost my mind. Cassie, I saw your video. I saw you come at Ybarra. I saw you come at the ponies. The ponies. I saw you. I don't mind Ybarra and Persona, by the way. They've blocked me. But
I guess the feeling's not mutual. Holy shit.
Persona blocked me. He's a bit soft on those things, but I think Ybarra still got me unblocked. But they can be genuine, and they don't like the PC thing. King Thrash in the chat doesn't like PC thing, and Blessed Red says day one is an inevitability. This is big. I made a video on this. I think it's big, and it signals how seriously PlayStation is doing PC support. What do you think, Cassie?
Well, I think thus far, despite not having day and date, I think that PlayStation has engaged with PC gaming in relatively respectable way. I think that they respect PC gamers gangsta, and I understand that, you know, PlayStation dudes are upset because all they have is their exclusives, and really they don't really care about features necessarily. It's not really the thing that they're constantly talking about. But the reality is that, yeah, day and date's probably coming. My concern with PlayStation is, are they going to change how they do things when it comes to porting their games to PC? Are you still going to make them available everywhere? That to me is a big thing. I'm all for supporting PlayStation's games as long as they make it to, well, Steam specifically. That's my choice. Now, if they look, man, a lot of people that are trying to say, oh man, the PlayStation should have their own launcher. Shut up.
You were saying that.
Shut up.
Like it's gonna happen.
This is my problem. There are console gremlins that want to act like they was cool with PC the whole time. Now they want to start talking about PC gaming. Shut up. Nobody wants to hear what you have to say, especially PC gamers. It's not someone that actually plays on PC, that takes the platform seriously, that doesn't just go out of their way to buy a $4,000 PC just to flash it like, oh, I got a $4,000 PC, I should be allowed to have say in the, you know, when it comes to PC gaming, right? But doesn't even know how to download drivers. We're dealing with people like this.
Oh shit.
We do not want you to speak on our behalf. Nobody actually wants another launcher on PC. We want PC to be a free, open platform. It's called personal computer for a reason. We're not supposed to be dick eating, you know, specific companies. A lot of people don't validate PC specifically because it's not directly attached to a specific company. PC means personal computer. PlayStation is under the Sony brand. Xbox is under Microsoft. They prefer they see validity in a company, in a box that is owned by a mega corporation. That's not the case with PC. That's why they try to delegitimize it, even though it's like it's free and it's open. It's for people that actually want and appreciate that. If you appreciate freedom, it's not about power on PC. It's about appreciating freedom and your ability to do what you want to do on the platform. You can go as far as your knowledge takes you on PC, and that's what I want to preserve. That's why console gremlins, please stay on your platform. That's why I advocate for you to get everything that you want on your platform, because PC culture, you never understood it. You never will. If anything, you'll sully it and ruin it for everyone else. So please, I advocate for you guys to get all the games on your platform. Please stay the fuck on your garbage ass console and fuck off and stop talking about PC gaming because you have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm conflicted because I don't know if this is an attack at me, but yeah, there was so much. Yo, Cassie Cage with the fire in the fucking chat. Oh shit!
100%. I stand by it.
That's the wrong song.
Hey, I can dig it.
Cassie Cage dropping bombs. I don't know if I'm attacked or not, but I'll take it. It's just aimed at King Thrash.
I'm advocating for your best interest while preserving my best interest. It's a win for everyone. I want you to have all the games, even my games on PC. Please have them. Take World of Warcraft. I want you guys to have everything you want so you can be cozy on your platform and you can talk about your platform.
Oh shit! King Thrash says you need to join PSN to get trophies. 90% of PC players don't have a rig to run PlayStation games at the level of PS5. PlayStation launcher incoming. As you were saying that. Oh!
I don't know what that's like. I mean, hell, you know, Days Gone's one of my favorite games. It runs way better than a PS5 could ever run it, just saying.
Ooh, and Ghosts of Tsushima is going to get fucked on the support, and the PlayStation 5 Pro probably doesn't run it as well as the PC counterpart of an average PC. Asa, you look like you're about to fuck me over, so say something before I commit myself to a narrative.
I'm not going to at all. I was just Isn't the point of PC being an open platform that they could open stores if they want to and have their own launcher? Isn't that what makes it open rather than everything being on Steam?
Yeah, and with that I say, well, it's so open that I can go out of my way to steal it if that's what you want to do.
Oh shit! Somali pirates in the chat. What's up?
I think every publisher has learned at the moment that you can't
Mogadishu
compete with Steam on your own store anyway. So even if you are going to stick your own one on there, you have to be on Steam. EA have learned it, Microsoft have learned it, Ubisoft have learned it, Blizzard have learned it. Everybody has learned you can't ditch Steam support and still do anything in the PC space. At the same time, it is open, so they could have a launcher as well, right? That wouldn't hurt, would it?
If you care about video games and you care about people being able to play as much, as many people as possible playing, it's in the best interest of the game. It's in the best interest of the visibility of the game and for gamers to put it on the biggest platform on PC. It's one of those things where it's a stubborn mindset, I guess, when you think about it. But the reality is the largest audience is going to reach is it being on Steam. Period.
Yeah, but Sony, being Sony, Sony wants to just nickel and dime its fan base. They get fucked all the time, and Sony's gonna make sure they do put that launcher and then charge you 70 quid. And we know it. We know it.
Like,
and
real curiosity, and I'm not
that.
saying this to like pick an argument because it's not one, but I'm curious. When Microsoft release a game, do you get that on Steam or do you have the Game Pass stuff going on as well?
Who are you asking?
Cassie.
Oh,
Repeat that? My bad.
When Microsoft release a game at the moment, do you play it on Game Pass or do you like go and buy it on Steam?
Most of the time I just buy it on Steam. Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre bought on Steam because I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's one of those where I'm not feeling relatively confident. That's like I'll try it on Game Pass, but at the end of the day, I end up buying it on Steam if I really want it because that's where I want my collection at the end of the day. To me, Game Pass is like an amazing demo trier. Like it's an infinite demo trier. I love it for that. And it's like if I like the game, get to go buy it on Steam.
well, okay. I know a few people actually do that. I don't know why. I would just not pay for it. Fucking Microsoft, man. You can support it. Oh, support the devs, guys. Suck my d- I don't fucking care. Game Pass exists for a reason. I'm going to use the service. Don't make me feel guilty for saving money. I'm already terrible with my money. And now you're just saying, oh, guilt trip me for not buying games. You can suck my... I do buy so many games as well, but just not the Game Pass one. I don't know why I'm having this rant. No one's even saying anything. I'm just having a rant and an imaginary argument that I just concocted in my head. Nerds and other legends. Shout out to you for the $20 super chat. Shout out to King Thrash. Just because I know he's busy in the closet making love to the Xbox games he's always desired next to a poster of Phil Spencer. Hey, King Thrash. He challenged you on your $20 and he murked. There was a murkage. You do love Phil Spencer secretly. I know it for a fact. And then we've got Blessed Red, a.k.a. Mr. Path Tracing himself. 90% Thrash lies yet again. Don't talk about PC. Blessed Red knows his PC, bro. King Thrash, if you're going to come out to Blessed Red, be careful. And then King Thrash replies to you, Cassie. He says, Days Gone is a PS4 game. Show us your rig. Shows your rig is low quality. How many of you are running cross-gen Horizon at 4K 60? 94% of you don't even have 4K screens. Which Blessed Red replies, and 94% of PlayStation 5 games don't even play at native 4K. Oh, shit! The beef has begun! You see the PlayStation guys come after everyone. Nintendo, Xbox, and PC. They just want to beef with everyone.
I mean, I'm pretty sure, and I'm being kind of generous in saying my rig's in the top 15% of all rigs. I'm pretty sure it's higher than that. It could very well be low quality, but Days Gone, for a fact, runs better on my PC than it does on a PS5, so I guess PS5 is below low quality?
Oh, shit! Ugh. I'm staring the butt!
4K screens, man? At inconsistent frame rates, 4K screens, what the fuck is that? I have a 2K ultra wide, it's 165 hertz. I'd stick with that over 4K any day of the week.
Oh shit!
And what's even more beautiful is I bought my ultra wide for the very day I was gonna play Ghosts of Tsushima on it. I was thinking of that game specifically. Eating PlayStation's games for breakfast like it's nothing on my sexy ass fucking ultra wide, where it takes up my entire peripheral vision. Gonna be engrossed in that. I'm gonna be pretending I'm Jubei from Ninja Scroll playing the game, being an absolute beast. I'm so hyped, brother. You already know what it is.
Oh shit! Thank you, Sony, for bringing your games to the superior platform. Whilst PlayStation guys are happy with indiscernible difference in shadows in Sea of Thieves, there's fucking Cassie Cage playing the definitive edition of Ghosts of Tsushima on a PC rig with ultra wide and 160 trillion hertz. Shit! And then it comes Blaze. Don't fuck with me, Blaze. You don't buy shit, Gaz. And Cassie keeps Sony name out of your mouth. I buy loads of shit. But I haven't bought your hat yet until we find out who wins the bet. What was the bet? What game was it? It was Hellblade 2. Oh shit! I'm looking forward to our bet. Well, there it is, chat. A microcosm of the discourse that's happening on this topic. PC. Look, you see that? PlayStation guys, they're just toxic in the head, like Blaze. They just can't be happy. They have to beef with everyone. They beef with PC, beef with Nintendo, beef with Xbox. They just love beefing, and they will get murked. Don't do the spec wars against PC guys. And if your PC is good, they will say, well, 90% of other PC players don't have those PCs. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about them for. Because peoples are the casuals, and them peoples are not buying your own games.
It's amazing. Some people just don't understand the concept of your personal computer, and that you have the freedom to do what you want to do with it. PC isn't controlled by some overarching mega corporation that tells you what you want to be excited for, and you then listen and then just go with that. No, it's like you get your PC, you do whatever you want to do with it. Have fun at the end of the day.
That is why I rate PC. What you just said there is why I rate PC. I just rated them for that. And I know it's a stupid point. Like, you're like, Gaz, you fucking buy into everything. This is all branding, and you're like, this fuck. But that point, that one big megacorp doesn't control it. That is freedom on that platform, is why I'm veering towards PC. It's a big thing. It's a big thing.
Hell yeah.
Pirate or not, whatever. It's an open platform, and I love it for that. So thank you for mentioning that. I'm blessed Red with the $5 super chat. Thrash, you can't brag about playing on a 4K screen for a PlayStation 5 game if your games drop to below 1080p. We prefer frames over native 4K. It's a choice. Oh, damn.
But here's the thing. It goes even more depthful than that. If you're on PC, you get to do whatever you want. If you want to go after 4K, and less so on the frame rate, you have that choice. It just depends on your money and what you want. But if you want to be all on frame rate, you can be all on frame rate. If you want to be somewhere in between, developers don't give PlayStation or Xbox, gamers that option to be able to customize how they want the game to play. They give you some basics of like, oh, you could choose between these three options, and that's if you're lucky. On PC, you make that decision for yourself entirely. So that's what it's all about, man.
It is. It is. The superior platform is PC. 100%. I need to go back to it. King Thrash says, damn, we're bragging about spending $3K to play PlayStation 4 last-gen games. 8-year-old games and think it's a win, lol. Enjoy our old games while we enjoy your new ones. Also, no beef. Steam players lie about their rigs. Don't do what you do. Oh shit.
Okay then. I mean, hey, I guess like it's okay to brag about 8-year-old games when it's on your side,
it's an Xbox game.
and then when it comes to a different platform, oh man, I came across that so much, bro. I came across that so much. Literally 1 week, someone was bragging about Ghosts of Tsushima that I couldn't play it. Then the following week, when it got announced, oh man, you guys are excited to play that old game. You were just bragging about it. Fucking week ago, you dickhead.
You
What
were
are you doing here?
Fucking go on his wall right now, and you'll see a Sea of Thieves post on his Twitter wall. And that game is 6 years old, and that's older than Ghosts of Tsushima, no? Okay, Ghosts of Tsushima is like 4 years old, not 8 years old. Wait, Ghosts of Tsushima release date
Everything is situational,
2020.
man.
Came out 17th July 2020.
Yeah. People
Sea of
just
Thieves
it's
release
situational.
date
Is what it is.
2018. It came out fucking 6 years ago. Like I said, come on, bro. Expose
Yeah.
lies. Oh,
Why
sweet,
did my
sweet
ears have to
lies.
suffer though?
Yo. Oh, she bragged about Days Gone. Oh, shit.
I'm bragging about all your games, how they're all better on my platform.
Oh.
And the great thing about PC is that the older the game gets, the better the hardware is. It's, forward. It's just going to look better and better. PC games age like fine wine, and console games age like milk because they're stuck on their fucking platform unless they get a patch. I'm good, brother.
Oh, shit. It's true. Like fucking Red Dead Redemption 2, man. Come on. Give us the 60 frames patch, man. It's crazy. Well,
Just play it on PC, man. It's an infinitely better experience, even on mouse and keyboard, to be honest with you.
oh, facts, actually. I actually played it day before yesterday on the PlayStation 5. And yeah, 30 frames. It was just like, God, Emperor Sofa King says, King Thrash is volcanoing. Oh, shit. Will you ever escape the volcano in King Thrash? You won't. Why? King, like, why do you hate Xbox games so much they have to zero in on irrelevant things, bro? Why?
He doesn't hate Xbox games. He loves them, man. That's what keeps his channel going, man.
Oh, shit.
Hey, bro.
Right.
No, it's cool. It's all good, man. I understand.
It is the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Damn. Well, Asa. What are you saying?
Yeah.
Yo, like PlayStation doubling down on PC with this thing is pretty big. Like this support. Isn't it weird how they announced it? Like just like a little blog post. Like this is pretty big, man. That's an extension of the PlayStation experience on PC in a way we haven't seen before. System wide.
Anything bigger would have been a really weird announcement. It is important for them because when you talk about like platform wars and all the rest of it, trophies and friends lists are very much hooked into a platform. So them putting these little feelers out and getting people on there. For me personally, I don't care about trophies and I don't have any PlayStation friends, which is weird. I use the PlayStation quite a bit, but never really for multiplayer. My friends list is tiny on that platform. So
Yeah,
neither thing is going to
friends.
particularly work as a hook for me, but like that's the core thing that they do, right? Trophies, they're nice in that they give people a little meta game and something to work for, and some people love them and all the rest of it. But ultimately, same with achievements, they're to keep you on the platform so that the next game you play is also on that platform. So they're throwing their little lines out to do that. They're integrating better with the PC. They're hopefully going to move towards cross progression. Cross-buy is obviously the ultimate goal that we all want, which is why a PlayStation launcher would potentially have some value because they can't do cross-buy with Steam. But yeah, small steps to being everywhere is nicer. And they're also they're supporting Steam achievements at the same time. So you get a little trophy, you get a Steam achievement. So if you do like both platforms, then if you do chase those things, then you're getting them on both. It's a nice way to play.
It is the superior way to play. Face with a super chat goes, Cassie, I guess you're not playing GTA 6 day one then.
I thought ponies brag about their games, about PlayStation's games. I guess it's really fucking dead out here, huh? It's been a while since Spider-Man 2, and well, that came and went real fast with those 15 hours. But I mean, to be honest with you, I don't even know if I want GTA 6 yet. I don't like GTA 5. It took me 15 years to warm up to GTA 4. I don't even know if I'm gonna like it.
Oh shit! Well, the face wasn't expecting that answer, I'm sure. But, hey, face. God Emperor Sofa goes, we don't need that goislop. What's that? Goislop. I don't know. I don't know what that means.
It's an interesting term. Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, I want GTA 6. Whatever you give it to me, whatever it is, 30 FPS, I'll take it. Game of the Year slop. Oh. Well, I think it's big. I think PlayStation going this big, and I think this is obviously the beginning. This is just the first game, Ghosts of Tsushima. And I also think it makes it clear, like day and date. Everyone is talking about day and date. So they're saying, look, this is just signaling. Like the eventuality is day and date. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen, but I feel like the industry is moving towards that. And I think PlayStation is such a big force in the console space that it could do day and date and not maybe not hurt its bottom dollar because losing, its platform. Because a PC game is a PC game, is a PlayStation is such a ubiquitous casual gaming machine. Do you think that? Do you think that's? Do you think this actually could happen day and date?
There'll be a tipping point at some point, right, towards the day and date thing. I don't think this trophy achievement thing is particularly a significant marker towards it, because like this makes sense whether they do day and date or not. So it's not. It's not really a signal of anything particularly, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. And there will be a tipping point at some point, but you can't argue that putting things day and date doesn't devalue the PlayStation console, because of course it does. And at the moment, that means it devalues Sony and the whole platform and the storefront and everything that they've got everywhere. So it's not as really simple like this must happen immediately because clearly the numbers make sense or whatever, or it would have happened already. But the industry is gradually shifting in that direction, and I couldn't put a time, like a guess on it, because I've not seen any of those numbers. So
do you think at least that 1 year gap, that policy, if you call it that, was a statement, really? The
thing that kind of, this is why I asked earlier about the Xbox games going to PlayStation and still selling really well. That kind of is a signal against going day and date, because that implies that you don't need to, because you can still sell the games, right? So there are lots of metrics going on that make it not such a clear-cut decision on which way you go. Because these PlayStation games, like if Ghost of Tsushima comes out and it sells millions of copies, then they had the right strategy for it, right? Like it's tricky because you release it day and date, and you do get a bigger marketing buzz, you get better word of mouth, you can hit that social zeitgeist, and you might really like get lightning in a bottle with a multi-platform release that you wouldn't if you staggered them. But for a lot of games, staggering them is probably fine and probably doesn't actually hurt sales that much. So I don't know, we'll see. Like the service games are an obvious bet for everywhere all at once. But the other games are not obvious at the moment.
I think you're right. And I think Ghost of Tsushima will actually disprove a lot of the narratives where a lot of people pointed at the low or tepid sales of the Horizon series on PC. I think that will counter it quite, because I think that there's a market for that. And now this is an interesting conversation there about why Horizon series didn't do that well on PC, but Ghost, if it does do well, that does it well. It's interesting because that game is critically acclaimed, it's beautiful and all of that.
I know why that's the case, because Jin Sakai is sexy and Aloy is not.
Halo's
fairly clear.
Halo's also boring, and Jin Sakai is actually cool. I just feel like, I don't know, we're not going to talk about Horizon. It's not for me. Blessed Red with a $2 super chat. Until Dawn remake is the first try at day and date for Sony. Ooh.
It's a safe try for sure. I think that if they want to test the waters truly, it makes sense to go with that. It's not like, I don't think PlayStation gamers really see that as, oh, it's my exclusive, that particular game, you know what I mean?
Enough of that, yeah. They will. If they had got the right review scores, they would. Getting thrashed with the $5 super chat. If PlayStation is dead, I don't think anyone's saying it's dead, because no exclusives, what exclusives are you playing on Steam? He blows you a kiss. Then he says, you spent $3K to play third-party games. Now ponies can't talk third-party?
So, this idea of exclusives is just silly to me. It's a small-minded perspective. I guess if you want to talk exclusives, the true exclusive of PC gaming is really just having all of the games, past, present, and future, on the platform, or ever. That's really how it is. That is the true gamer's dream fulfilled. under one house, you can have just about every video game that it can possibly be accessed on the PC platform. That is what I want. That's what I honestly. I wish I wish PlayStation and Xbox would get closer to that. Because to me, it's like I want
Xbox is
as big of a
trying.
library. They are, and it's like, and I think PlayStation is trying too, though not really in a way that I think is, good.
Yeah.
If you can't own the games, entirely, I don't know. But for me, it's like I can collect all of the video games and they're under one house, and your games just happen to be a part of that house under the PC house, baby. So
Oh shit! You're giving me fuel to sustain my anti-pony rhetoric for years to come, because that is exactly what they're saying about Xbox games.
That's the greatest exclusive at the end of the day, right?
Oh shit! Oh shit! I don't care what Phil Spencer thinks. I think what Nick Marseille thinks. I know you're watching. Like Asa says, I'm your number one fan. Clip it. So shit, Cassie, you are the perfect antidote for the King Thrash. It's actually pretty sick. King Thrash comes
I'm
back and
getting
says,
some big bucks, bro. Holy shit.
he's saying you just said ponies can't speak on third party. Why can you? You have nothing but
ponies.
third party.
Ponies can't speak on PC gaming. They have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
How you feel about GTA 6 after spending 3K, he says. Well, she's told you she doesn't give a shit about GTA.
I don't even know if I'm gonna like the game. At the end of the day, if I think that there's something there, maybe I'll buy it. On my PlayStation, I have 2 PS5s. There was no one more hyped for PS5 generation than me, and they've done nothing but let me down. So, kind of is what it is.
Oh! The sound of disappointment.
Yeah.
Get a refund, Cassie.
2
Sell that
PS5s
shit.
pre-ordered, baby. It didn't turn out the way I'd liked, and it is what it is. But to me, at the end of the day, if I do want to play a video game, I'll go wherever I have to go for it. But either way, it's gonna end up on PC. It's like to be like, oh my god, I'm gonna talk about these games and say that I have them and you don't. Meanwhile, in a year you're gonna have them. I mean, you can have these bragging rights for a limited amount of time, but PlayStation's still not going to get a near close PC library as PC does.
Thrash, and the same argument, yeah. You guys celebrate Xbox games on PlayStation. How long are you going to tolerate waiting for those Xbox games, which will come after, like Starfield, a year, 2 years? It's the same argument, but the other way around, no? Oh, shit. It's going to be interesting. The industry is changing. Microsoft, Xbox, PC, Nintendo. It's all some memes. Cassie, shit, I need to start head 1v1 series that was in my head. And I was like, you and King Thrash go at it. It'll be freaking sick. Well, chat. It has been a good chat, hasn't it? It has been a good chat. It's been an excellent chat. Thank you so much, everyone. Smash the like button, man. This is a unique show. We talk that shit. Shout out to King Thrash as well for being a good sport and just talking that shit as well. And for all of you and members, especially the mods, for supporting us. And King Thrash comes back and goes, you celebrate playing PlayStation 5 games? You got a PC and a PS5 and think it's a W? I played these games on my Xbox. I didn't wait.
I'm saying the same thing. I don't have to wait. I buy games because I want to play them, not to, say, oh, guys, I got this game out here to, whatever group of people. Like, I'm not here to flex buying video games. I'm here to buy and play video games that I actually want to play, as a genuine person and not as someone that sees themselves as a pseudo fucking celebrity or whatever the fuck.
Oh, shit, Cassie is the antidote of King Thrash. Invite her to the round table, bro. Because this is some sauce. I'm gonna lie. I love it. I love it, Cassie. You're killing it. Oh, man. That was such... that was the best part. And right at the end. Everyone, smash that like button. Because we got Spartan661 saying Sony's going to be PC day and date soon. My Microsoft console will play them soon, and it's inevitable. Let's keep it real. That's Sony in a pickle. He's alluding to Microsoft's console potentially being a PC hybrid. Now, I don't know if they would do this. Actually, before we end the show, let me just add this little topic here. Asa, what do you think about this idea of mine? A modular next box that has PC support and has that handheld thing as a thingy. I think Microsoft, if it had a fucking brain, would kill it. Imagine this console, yeah, basically plays like a console, but you can switch it and have it basically like a PC. These consoles are PCs anyway. And then you switch it to PC mode, and you can play PC games. Oh, but then how do you work with third-party stuff? Like, you know, they will eat away at their profits from their store, innit? If you give access to the Steam. Fuck it, my idea's dead. Timestamp, wasted, delete. I'll think about it more and then ask you that question before you make fun of me. King Thrash says, Cassie wouldn't last 5 minutes one-on-one. Oh my days!
Is the round table technically one-on-one, or is it 5-on-1?
Yo!
I mean,
it's true. He gets his whole crew. I had one-on-one with them.
At the end of the day, man, I don't have my beliefs because I'm trying to get attention from other people in the community. I believe what I believe, and you don't agree with that, it's all good. I really don't care. I'm not going to change what I feel about gaming or PC platform.
Oh shit, man! Cassie, you got that fire in you. Damn! Shout out to Lutrons with the $10, man. Very, very generous. He goes, "Love the show, man. Keep bringing the energy." Shit, freaking Cassie's done all the shit, man. And King, they're both going at it. Excalibur, thank you for the $10 super chat. Goes, yo, Queen Trash, why aren't you PlayStation clowns supporting your own games? Why did Returnal underperform? Why did Foam Stars flop in 4 days? Why did Final Fantasy fall short of its sales projections? Hold the hell! The beef is real. Every time King Thrash appears, the show just gets better. I love it. Let's go right now, he says, King Thrash 101 or duck.
Are you gonna pay for me to, you know, not go to work? You know, gotta be there tonight. If I suddenly lose my job to beef with you, you know, because YouTube isn't my job. I actually have a real job with a real life and, you know, family and, you know, have to support and actually, you know, pay my car payment and live a real life, you know. I don't know if anyone's gonna subsidize that.
King Thrash, pay her for her appearance, and then we can talk. Yeah. Yeah, King Thrash, man. He's entertainment value. That's why I like King.
Absolutely. 100%. I agree.
Yeah, very few people actually entertain me in the YouTube speech, so he's sick. I rate him for it. Even though I don't agree. Look, ducking away. It's the PC way. He's calling you French.
Wait,
Magnum.
so I'm going to go play video games and work a job, and apparently that's a bad thing. Holy shit.
Yo, shit. Magnum's out here with a member for 3 months saying King Thrash needs to fund a new hobby. He lost the plot. The beef is real. This is exactly what his chat was like when I was on his show. So it is what it is. Different strokes for different And Blaze comes in. Why did Xbox flop back gens? Blaze? I don't know,
They don't
bro.
accept their faults. That's the problem.
I don't know,
At least
bro.
with PS3, PlayStation acknowledged that, yeah, we fucked up and we have to, you know, improve this because we owe that to the people that invested in our console with the PS3, and they acknowledged that openly, and they did make the changes, and PS3 ended up being really pretty solid by the, you know, close to the end of the generation. It cost PlayStation a lot.
Xbox. Yeah.
But
Blaze,
really,
why do you not have a good first-person shooter on PlayStation? Why did Xbox fuck Killzone in the ass? That's exactly the question. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna call it quits. Cult Classic Cage, you have tasted the medicine. You have tasted it. Now you know who Cult Classic Cage is. You better, in the chat, recognize the strength of this woman. She knows this shit. Cult Classic Cage, the people have seen your madness. They have seen your raw truth. Tell the people who the hell you are, because they are definitely interested now.
hey, I mean, hey, appreciate the talk with everyone. Even, hey, shout out to King Thrash, man. Everyone in the chat, y'all dope as fuck. And Yeah, if you want to check me out, first off, yes, thank you so much for having me here. But if you want to check out my YouTube channel, Cult Classic Cage, on Twitter, apparently I'm spicy, but I guess honest, and that's spicy these days. So that's what it is. But appreciate it, man. It was a great talk, and we got the chat riled up, and I think that's the dopest thing about it all. At the end of the day, man, love to see it, you guys. Shout out to
It
the chat.
doesn't take. Not everyone can do it, but you did it. And so did King Thrash. But yeah, man, smashed it. You smashed it. Check out her stuff. Thank you, Isla, for linking Cassie Cage's
Thank you.
content on the chat.
Appreciate it.
Unfiltered, always. She says what she does and doesn't give a shit. You'll be surprised at some of the content out there. Cassie was fire today. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Asa, wow. Well, this was started off really calm and smooth, and then bam! Cassie was unleashed, went Super Saiyan level 4. Very fun show. What's up with you, sir? You look confused at the end of it every time you console war.
No, I'm
I
confused
love
because
it.
you started to ask a question and then you answered it for yourself and then just moved on. And I was like, oh, glad I was helpful, guys. Glad. No, that was like my favourite moment. So, yeah. No, usual stuff. Loads of podcasts. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Games on Sunday. Games on all the other days. Loads of things going on over at Gaming Arcadia. So, yeah, that's me. Thanks, everyone, for coming and talking to us again. Keeping it all entertaining.
Honestly, thank you. Honestly, thank you. Look, even with a handful of gaming topics, we turned it into a sauce.
Oh yeah.
Come on, bruh. Ponies, Xbox,
Yo,
PC gamers.
I got the sauce, baby.
Oh, shit! What? You reveal that at the end?
Oh yeah,
Come
baby. I
on, you're
posted a
saying with the
picture of
sauce
it.
boss.
Oh yeah.
Oh, shit. Chat, you gotta respect. Brought that out of nowhere.
And
I need that
man.
shirt. I need that shirt. Damn.
It's
That's
a
sick.
wrestling t-shirt from back in the day, actually. It's an Enzo Amore t-shirt. Shout out to Enzo, the dude that got booted from WWE on false allegations, mind you.
Of what?
Apparently a girl that he messed around with claimed that it was not consensual, and he had to force the police to investigate to come to the conclusion that it's BS and there's nothing, whatever. There's no merit to it. Shout out to Enzo.
Shout out
Badass on
Enzo.
the mic.
I hope you didn't do it.
I hope you didn't either. I mean, he shouldn't have done it, even if it was consensual. I'll tell you that. That girl
Yeah,
looks
he
sus as hell.
regrets that now. See ya. Well, thank you so much, Cassie Cage. Thank you so much, everyone in the chat form. Thank you, everyone who generously super chat. All the super chats, even if you didn't super chat, thank you for just coming on and making this show. Thank you for people listening on Spotify and Google and Apple and all those places after the fact. We hope you enjoyed this show. It's quite a unique show, if I don't say so myself. As for me, you'll see me on Septic Source, my personal channel. Got a couple more videos. I'm making more videos, at least one a week. And I've got a Sekiro stream tomorrow. So please check that out. And we'll see you next week. Ah!